Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to say something that I haven't said in my whole life. Just to put in perspective, I'm 30 years of age on the dot. All right? I'll be 31 in February. When I was 8 years old, LeBron got drafted. You could argue he walked into the league as the face. I won't do that. I actually like to give my favorite player of all time, Kobe Bryant, more benefit of the doubt because I actually remember like the actual product on the court and like what actually happened. So I like to say Kobe Bryant was the face of the NBA up until when LeBron decided to join Miami. That to me was actually the transition of the league from Kobe's hands to LeBron's hands. So right around 2010-ish. Also that finished Kobe's repeat as championship with the Lakers, his second go around winning multiple rings. The Lakers lost to Dallas, who ended up beating LeBron's Miami Heat in the playoffs, right? To me, that was the transition of power. I like to give Kobe some respect. The league was never in Tim Duncan's hands, even though he was winning a lot of championships during that time frame. Now, with that being said, there have been some guys to come around to pique your interest as the face of the NBA, right? We know the guys. I like to give Derrick Rose some of that credit. I think a guy like Zion Williamson got a little bit of that credit. I think Giannis definitely was somebody who, after winning his first championship, people were like, okay, love his story. Could he be? Then Nikola Jokic, I think, is a guy who, though his game may not be the most exciting, but this dude is dominating the NBA in a way where it's like you can't ignore what he's doing, right? But Jokic doesn't want to be the face of the league. He dismisses basketball every chance he gets. Ja Morant was an interesting one, right? And Ja, to me, still has the greatest upside as the face of the NBA just because we know a lot about his story, not even just the good, but the bad. And I think his game is the most polarizing, right? To be the face, I think if the NBA had it their way, the game that you want to be the face of the NBA, I think is Ja Morant's, number one. And then you can mix in Victor Wembanyama, who I think's got a decent chance at it. We got to see more of Wemby's personality as well. But somewhere in that top three is another guy. And I think it has become irrefutable when you mix in all things. We see all the great with Anthony Edwards. We see some bad, but what I was telling one of my friends on the phone yesterday was Anthony Edwards makes mistakes that you can clean up, right? I can't clean up Ja Morant going on IG Live at 1 a.m. in Denver, Colorado, showing you his straps. No PR can clean that up. I can't clean that up, right? It just is what it is at that point. I can't clean up Jokic after a game saying, the NBA is cool, but it's just a job, right? I can't clean that up. That's just you just telling me what you think about it. I can't clean up Zion being hurt. I can't clean up Chris Middleton ruining a lot of Giannis's prime, which means he's not in that championship contention conversation, right? Certain things I can't clean up. Anthony Edwards makes mistakes that, we know about some of that private stuff or whatever, but it, to me, makes him just that much more likable. And I'm watching this clip that's floating around on the net from the T-Wolves' first game of the season against the Los Angeles Lakers, and there is a moment in the game, and it wasn't on the broadcast, in which Anthony Edwards is shouting over at the Lakers bench. And it's apparently to Jared Vanderbilt, one of the Lakers forwards. Just to put in perspective, Jared Vanderbilt is not healthy going into this year after he missed most of last year. Only played about 29 games last year for the Lakers. Jared Vanderbilt got a new contract before last year and pretty much spent the whole year hurt. And look, I'm somebody that follows the culture online. I've seen Jared Vanderbilt. Brother looked incredibly fashionable in some of the fashion weeks. I saw him hanging out, doing his thing. He's a pretty fashionable guy. But listen, though, I watch basketball. I don't give a damn about fashion. Jared Vanderbilt ain't played in a very long time. And the fact that he spent most of last year not playing and starts this year not playing, when you got the oldest guy in the league on your team to the point where his damn son is playing basketball for the damn team and you still not healthy, that is disgraceful. Look, imagine all the criticism that Anthony Davis got in his career. Well, he was the guy in New Orleans. Now, you can argue what the semantics of it was, yeah. And Anthony Davis is, by the way, give the brother credit, knock on wood, he's getting healthier. Like, what you don't hear a lot of as you get older. As Anthony Davis turned 30, like, since then, like, he's actually one of the healthiest stars in the league, which is crazy to hear this turnaround because obviously it was all about Anthony Davis getting hurt for a large part of his career, right? Like, that's what it was. The Lakers have not historically liked playing centers around Anthony Davis post Frank Vogel and the Darvin Ham, and it looks like J.J. Redick's kind of on the same type of time. We'll see with more games, right? The Lakers like making Anthony Davis play the 5, but you want to know what they do like? They love putting athletic forwards around Anthony Davis. And Jared Vanderbilt is one of those guys the Lakers traded for, and that's one of his responsibilities, right, was to be the athletic forward, not going to light up your stat sheet, but give me about 8-9 rebounds a game, make those athletic plays, take some onus off of AD, and because he's not taller than AD, his athleticism, though, probably puts him as just as long or even longer a frame AD, right, because Jared's so athletic when he's healthy. Like, that's the perfect thing that Laker coaches have clearly wanted around Anthony Davis of recent, right? You look at that. He's not healthy. And the fact that he apparently was talking trash to Anthony Edwards, who is like literally blossoming right now. Let's put in perspective Anthony Edwards' summer. While Jared Vanderbilt was strutting down fashion weeks, Anthony Edwards was not only taking his Minnesota Timberwolves to the Western Conference Finals, he took a little bit of a break and then managed to go to the Olympics and play basketball and represent his country and win a gold medal and actually be a piece of the puzzle of that gold medal team. And Jared Vanderbilt's still not healthy. But apparently Jared Vanderbilt was talking trash to Anthony Edwards, and Anthony Edwards responded by saying, bro, you ain't been healthy in 2 years. Okay. Anthony Edwards is the next face of the NBA. That conversation is now done. Bruh represents the perfect blend of the old and the new. See, I know about Anthony Edwards, the gamer, because I watch Ciabatta Mitch from time to time. Anthony Edwards and Ciabatta be streaming together. They be online together. He gets that part of the new. He likes the younger things, right? He's an Atlanta boy. I spent a lot of time in Atlanta. Like, AE's got the coach in it. He's going to make a little mistakes. He's going to make some questionable decisions, but Brett brings it to the court night in, night out. He's rarely ever hurt. And he loves playing basketball. He's so great at basketball, he believes he could go play another sport at an elite level. He said he could tackle Derrick Henry. He said that. But listen to the bravado that he lives with. That's that old school mixed in with that new school. And the fact that this man is trash talking guys that deserve to be trash talked because they ain't been healthy in 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in my lifetime, past Kobe, past LeBron, the NBA's got their next face. Anthony Edwards is the face of the NBA. And it's going to take a little bit of time. You probably need LeBron to actually exit the league to make it official. But Anthony Edwards makes you want to sit down and watch a television, not just because of his game, but because what is he going to say? Like, he has no filter on his mouth. What is he going to do to the opposing team? How disrespectful can that next dunk get? You take him to the post-game presser, you don't know what he's going to say either. But that makes you feel good because he's not predictable like so many of these middle-class athletes and high-class athletes of today. Like, he comes from it. And you don't know what he's going to say. Now, sometimes that's going to get him in some trouble. But again, he creates fixable problems. And it's all in the sport of the game. The NBA's got their next face. And, you know, sometimes life just happens. I really believe Ja had a real chance. And his game is so great. He fooled around and played 3 straight seasons, for the most part healthy. Like, Ja's going to have moments because Ja creates more moments than Ant does. That's how great Ja is. But, I mean, look. It can happen in a heartbeat. I think the league has moved on from the conversations of Ja being the face. And I think right now, we're in the Anthony Edwards era. Nikola Jokic don't want it. He don't want to be the face. Luka Doncic don't want to be the face. Luka's great. Luka just beat Ant. But Luka don't want to be the face. Luka want to hang out, drink a couple beers, and drop 40. That's what he want to do. Jason Tatum don't want to be the face. He just won a ring and he not the face. If he didn't make it as the face off of that, I mean, it's never going to happen, bro. I'd argue Jaylen Brown's got a better chance of being the face over Tatum. The Giannis don't want to be the face. He don't want to be the face. These guys don't want to be the face. You know who's embracing that challenge? It's Anthony Edwards. He's doing everything you would want. and some things you don't want, right? Like, this is the next face of the NBA, and watching him air out Jared Vanderbilt's ass, who deserved to be aired out, that told me all I need to know. Yep, it's him. It's him. I want to know your thoughts. Who's the next face of the NBA, all right? Some people are going to argue to me that Steph Curry deserved more conversation in this one because of what he did in his prime. I hear you. I think Steph changed the game. I don't know if I ever consider him the face. I think that was still LeBron. But we give Steph the credit of actually changing the sport, right? So so way deeper than the NBA, I think he changed the sport, which is a great credit. Anthony Edwards is the face of the NBA past LeBron. If you love flexing your sports knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports and win some money while you're at it. That's Underdog. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you got to do is go to the Underdog website or app. You got to pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that specific game. You get your picks right, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use your boy's promo code, which is FERRO, your deposit will get matched up to $1,000. It's available to you in bonus cash. You can't beat that. Tap in with Underdog. My promo code is FERRO.